What's up guys, Alvaro here, welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. In this channel we talk about the stock market and we do it in two languages, English and Spanish. So if English is not your cup of tea, you can also watch this very same video with the very same content narrated by me in Spanish. In this video I want to make a weekly update of my two main investment portfolios, and I also want to tell you guys my opinion about how the election of Joe Biden as the new president of the United States will affect the stock market, and also, and most importantly, which sectors and stocks might benefit from Joe Biden's government. So let's get into this. Here you guys can see my main investment portfolio, and if you guys can remember, in the video that I posted last week, the value of this very same portfolio was at around $68,300, give or take, and as of now, its total value jumped up to $78,000. It's in just a matter of a week. And my second portfolio, I have a screenshot over here, went from $31,300 up to $34,866. And what caused this increase in just a week? Well, NIO and Tesla basically, guys. In the case of NIO, let me show you. It increased, I'm gonna pull up the 1 week chart, there you go. It increased 22.61% in only a week. Unbelievable. And in the case of Tesla, it increased almost a 10% in the last 5 days. Let me show you the week chart of Tesla, there you go. Tesla increased 9.21% last week. So, this is the beauty of long-term investment, guys. This is what I told you about in my first video about the stock market that I posted last week. And don't get me wrong, I also day and swing trade. This last week, I actually took some day trades on Slack Technologies, EA Sports, and I also swing traded Sunrun. But, you know, to be honest, the $13,000 that my portfolio screwed up last week came out mainly from my two long-term investments. So that happens when your money works for you and not the opposite. This is why investing is so important when it comes to growing up financially. But well, now I want to tell you guys, Joe Biden. Let's talk about Joe Biden. What happened? I'm gonna pull up a chart of the SPY, which is the ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500, and everybody was wrong. Everybody was saying, guys, that the market was going to crash if Biden was elected. And guess what happened? Just the opposite. So, check out the chart. The S&P 500 increased 20 points last week alone. It went from $330 up to $350 a share. That's a 6.34% increase. This represents, I'm gonna show you the increase. I'm gonna get a trend line here. Take a look. It increased 6.39%. And get this, guys. This increase represents the best performance ever for the stock market after any presidential election. So what is the market telling us here? The market is pretty much telling us that we will be fine with Joe Biden. That is essentially the message that the market is delivering. And why is the market comfortable with Joe Biden in office? Essentially because we will have a divided Congress, which means that big tech, meaning by big tech, Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook, will be most likely free from regulation. And also because if the Republicans win the Senate, which is yet still to be determined, we are very unlikely to have a tax reform in at least 2 years. So now I'm gonna get this. This is a pie chart of the S&P 500, and I just mentioned that the fact that we're gonna have a divided Congress is gonna be beneficial for big tech. And take a look at these guys. Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Facebook represent almost a 50% of the total market capitalization of the S&P 500. And on the left side of this pie chart, we have the other 495 companies that trade in the S&P 500. And take a look at this. On the other side, we have huge companies, guys. We have Skyworks Solution, we have Wind Research, we have CVS Corporation, we have Packer, we have Best Buy. So these are big companies, but that look small relative to the weight and size of these 5 huge tech companies. So if these companies perform well, the market as a whole will probably perform well in the years to come. So this is something that you guys need to keep in mind. And on top of that, this week we had this gentleman talking, Mr. Jerome Powell, guys. This week there was a meeting of the Federal Reserve, and Mr. Money Printing, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, kept the interest rates of the United States near zero. And that, when you have such a low interest rate like the one that we have right now here in the United States, that pushes people and institutions to buy assets, such as stocks, to protect their capital from inflation. So that is gonna, the fact that the Federal Reserve is saying that they will keep on going with their low interest rate policy is gonna keep on having people buying assets to protect their capital from inflation. And get these guys, Mr. Jerome also said during the press conference that happened, I think that it was on Wednesday of this week, that the Federal Reserve can still print out more money. He said that the Federal Reserve still has more tools to help the economy. Meaning by that, I mean, he's saying, guys, we can still print out more money if needed. And that obviously helps the stock market to go up. So, now I want to tell you about some sectors that you have to keep a close watch on because we have a new president in the United States. First of all, marijuana stocks, guys. I shouldn't say the word. I'm gonna say MJ from now on because there's an issue with the algorithm of YouTube. But marijuana stocks, you have to keep a close watch on these stocks because Kamala Harris, which is gonna be the new vice president of the country, she said during the electoral campaign that if they happened to win the election, and they did, that they will push forward the federal legalization of marijuana. So marijuana stocks have been on fire, guys. Let me show you the first stock. That is going to be ticker symbol ACB, Aurora Cannabis. In the case of Aurora Cannabis, this wasn't real this week, guys. Take a look. I'm going to pull up here the 5 minutes chart. So the week started here for Aurora Cannabis, and Aurora Cannabis was on last Monday at $4, and it ended the week at almost $10. Unbelievable. That's a 130% increase. Let me get the trend line here. Let me see. Yeah, that's a 131% increase in the last 5 days alone. Unbelievable. And another stock to keep a close watch on is going to be ticker symbol CGC. This is Canopy Growth. And this stock was also on fire this week. It increased 21%. It went from $19 up to $33 a share. And this was an increase of, let me get the trend line again here. Yeah, it was an increase of 20-something percent, 21% in only a matter of 5 days. Unbelievable. And also keep a close watch on the ETF that tracks the general performance of MJ stocks. Ticker symbol ETFMG. All right. The name of this ETF is Alternative Harvest, and this ETF increased 23% this week alone. This is Monday. This is Friday of this week. Let me get the trend line and check this out, guys. This ETF increased 23.20%. So MJ stocks, you gotta keep a close watch on those, okay? Another sector that will benefit a lot from a Biden presidency are Chinese stocks, guys. Arguably, the China-United States relationship should be tensions-free with Biden in office. So the risk of Chinese companies from being delisted from the United States stock market is pretty much gone at this point now that we know that Biden is the new president of the United States. So keep a close watch on stocks as NIO, Tencent, Alibaba, and check on this ETF, guys. Ticker symbol ASHR. All right. This is an ETF that tracks the performance of 2/3 of the market capitalization of the stock exchanges of Shanghai and Shenzhen in China. And this ETF went up 5% this week alone. This was on Monday, this was on Friday. Let me get the trend line. And in just a matter of 5 days, this ETF increased something like 5%, okay? Another sector to keep a close watch on is ticker symbol TAN, right? And this is an ETF, sorry, TAN, okay? This is an ETF that tracks solar energy stocks. And check this chart. This ETF has been on fire, guys. You know that Biden clearly said during his campaign that he wants a carbon pollution free power sector by 2035. So we could pretty much expect a rocket ride for solar energy stocks during Joe Biden's presidency. TAN increased 8% this week. These are unbelievable numbers, guys, for these sectors. Take a look, almost 9% from Monday of this week to Friday of this week. And lastly, and very important, guys, electric vehicles stocks. Okay, I'm going to pull up here Joe Biden's website. All right, hold over here. And I want to read this for you guys. This is Joe Biden's plan to build a modern, sustainable infrastructure and an equitable, clean energy future. And I have screenshot over here, and I want to read this for you guys. Okay, this is a section of Joe Biden's energy plan that is very, very interesting. It says, make major public investments in automobile infrastructure, including in 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations. This is going to be huge for companies like Tesla, okay? At this point, it is worth pointing out that Tesla already has about 7,600 superchargers points in the United States. And the fact that Joe Biden wants to push forward an industry in which Tesla already has a great advantage relative to all the automakers gives Tesla definitely an even greater competitive advantage for the years to come. So keep a close watch as well on electric vehicle stocks like Tesla and NIO. I always said, by the way, okay, I always said this, that Tesla and NIO were going to outperform the market in the next years, regardless of the result of the election, all right? But with Joe Biden in office and announcing that he will invest billions of dollars to accelerate the transition from internal combustion vehicles into zero-emission vehicles, companies such as Tesla and NIO will probably perform even better in the next years. Not to mention, and this is me speculating here, the possibility of NIO to start maybe selling their vehicles in the United States. Who knows? Once they had already become a profitable company later on down the road in China. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I must point out that I am not a financial advisor. What you heard in this video is just my opinion in regards to the stock market. And if you want to buy any of the stocks or ETFs that I mentioned in this video, you have to do your own research work. Please hit that like button for me, drop a comment down below, and consider subscribing to the channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.